So you won't even look at it?
No, I'm sorry.
Mr. Mwako, I hear you're a good lawyer, and I need a really good lawyer to defend me. If you don't, I could end up going to jail.
I do understand your situation, but unfortunately, you cannot meet the requirements of the first deposit. Your case could go either way, and I'd like to be safe and ask for 50% of the instruction fees up front. It's a precaution I've learned to take.
I recently spent 700,000 in orders for goods. This case was, of course, unexpected. I could bring in 10,000 a week.
Mr. Tieno, I appreciate everything that you've told me, and I really understand and sympathize with your situation. But this is a low fireman bringing in 10,000 shillings a month.
With 10,000 a week? And this check of 25.
Could I refer you to somebody else? Excuse me, please.
Yes.
Don't forget your check.
Why didn't you tell me that this law firm is only for the rich?
I don't understand.
Your boss has refused to take my case because I couldn't come up with 50% upfront, even after I told him I'd bring in 10,000 every week.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? Sorry. I'm facing jail time here and all you can say is sorry. I have a lot of money. Lots of it. It's just that it's not available right now. I am going to court in 3 days and I don't have a good lawyer to represent me.
Excuse me?
Are you about to tell me I cannot voice my opinion on...
No. I'm here to help you.
Help?
Yes.
And you are?
I'm the senior associate in this firm. Please, could you have a chat in regards to your matter?
I hope you're not wasting my time. I was willing to pay 25,000 upfront and 10,000 every week until I clear the legal fees.
I'll take it. Now, I'll be handling your case away from my scheduled cases. So, I'd prefer cash.
Cash? What do you mean?
I will be presenting you as Joe Kairu and not as the senior associate here at Mwako and Company.
Oh, I see. That's fine with me. I'll bring in the cash later this afternoon.
Fine.
Okay.
Now, tell me, what were you charged with?
I was charged with forgery.
Tell me about it.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's okay. It's a chilly day, and a cup of tea is just what you need to keep you warm. I'm Mrs. Nakale, and you're here to see Mr. Mwako for our 11 o'clock appointment.
Yes, I was made aware of that. Just give me a minute.
Yes?
Hello, Mr. Mwako. Your 11 o'clock is here.
Right. Please send them in. Send them to the boardroom. I'll be with them in 5 minutes.
How are you doing today?
Confident. I have a very good feeling about this.
That's good.
I'll be sitting next to you.
How come?
This case is turning to be more interesting than I anticipated, eh?
Bulging with confidence as usual.
Of course, nothing less.
Let me see.
All right.
The Republic versus Jabez Rollo and Rose Atieno in the matter of forgery.
If it pleases your lordship, I will be representing Jabez Rollo.
Yeah.
And I, Rose Atieno, my lord.
All right. Shall we proceed?
Rose Atieno was arrested at the American Embassy by the Gigiri police after being found with forged KCPE, KCSE, and Diploma in Management certificates while she was applying for a visa. Investigations on the matter led the police to the director of the American Dreams Agency, Jabez Rollo. The two of them worked together, hence the arrest. During a swoop at the American Dreams Agency's office, the police also found fake educational certificates, which we believe to have been intended for further business, my lord. The state will prove that the two are guilty of forgery and deserve maximum sentence. My lord, it is the actions of such fake, corny citizens that tarnish the image of the law-abiding citizens of this country and should therefore be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Thank you.
The American Dream Agency assists their clients in the application of the American visa at a fee. They collect the relevant documents and prepare them for the interview. The personal details, that is the passport, certificates, bank statements, are submitted by the client. If the client hadn't seen a forged certificate, then it should be the client on trial and not Jabez Rollo. Jabez Rollo acted on certificates handed in by Rose Atieno. He is innocent. Innocent.
Ignorance of the law is no defense. It's a very popular quote saying it is dished out to those who claim innocence when a wrong is committed, even without them knowing it was a wrong. Now, we are supposed to know or be aware of what we do and how we do it, Your Honor. Because ignorance of the law is not a defense. But there's always a twist in every scenario, right? In this case, it's the conduct of her co-accused. Now, Rose Atieno, my client, went to American Dreams Agency to seek assistance in her visa application. She did not know how they did it, and she did not want to know how. All she wanted was a visa. She was later on called for an interview at the American Embassy, only to be arrested for forgery. She was in shock. She was in utter dismay. After being arrested for a crime she abetted without her own knowledge. She was ignorant of the fact that Jabez Rollo dealt in forged certificates. She was ignorant of the fact that Jabez Rollo submitted forged certificates in her name to the embassy. My lord, my client Rose Atieno is innocent.
Child custody issues are normally a thorny affair, and there's no win-win situation. And I hope that this meeting is going to lead us in the right direction.
We're all adults with excellent reasoning capacity. We hope we'll be able to resolve this amicably.
And that is why we have decided to settle out of court.
I appreciate it. But the situation is more than thorny. I can't think of a more appropriate word. We will look at it from the beginning.
At the beginning? The beginning that I left Elsie pregnant and vanished until this year?
Well, they couldn't have put it better.
And now, I claim a son that I abandoned right after conception?
Very well put.
See, that's what she wants you to believe. That's how she wants to circumvent the issue.
Please.
The matter here is, I am Jabali's father. I have parental rights. And I did not lose these rights any time in my life.
The moment you walked out on us before your son was born, that was the moment you relinquished your parental rights. The moment you failed to pick up a simple phone to find out how he was doing, that's the moment you relinquished your parental rights. So stop this stupid pretense of parental rights and responsibilities. It's too late to start playing daddy.
Come on, let the court decide that.
Yeah, maybe they should.
Oh, well, maybe we should start talking before we steal off steam from each other, please.
Inspector Kibera, please tell the court what happened before the arrest of Rose Atieno.
We received a call from American Embassy by one Jackie Belzo. She informed us that an applicant had submitted forged KCP, KCSE, and Diploma in Management certificate.
What did you do next?
I went to the embassy to collect the certificates and to establish whether they were fake.
After examining the certificates, what did you discover?
I discovered the certificates belonged to a dead Rose Atieno.
How did you link Jabez Rollo to the forgery?
Of course, after the interrogation, Rose Atieno informed us that she had applied for a visa through American Dream Agency. Mm-hmm. Jabez Rollo was the man she was dealing with. She also informed us that Jabez Rollo gave her the certificates. Mm-hmm. We went ahead and arrested Jabez Rollo the next day.
When you arrested Jabez Rollo, did you also conduct a search at his office? And if you did, what did you discover?
Yes, we conducted a search in the entire office, and we found 6 KCPE and 8 KCSE certificates, a mix, some of which belonged to dead people, while others were forged.
Thank you, Inspector Kibera. Are these the certificates you found in his office?
Yes, they're the one.
Thank you. My lord, I'd like to hand in these 14 assorted certificates as exhibits.
Very well. The same shall be marked as prosecution's exhibits.
Inspector Kibera, would you know if the other people who used Jabez Rollo services succeeded in going to the US or used the forged certificates to acquire it?
Objection. That question is not relevant to this case.
Objection sustained.
Much obliged, Your Honor. That will be it. Thank you.
While interrogating Rose Atieno, did she specifically tell you that she asked Jabez Rollo to prepare fake certificates?
No?
Or she sought the services of Jabez Rollo but did not know where he was going to take to which embassy he was going to take the certificates?
She did not say so. She said she sat for the exams that were meant to boost her grades. She sat for KCP and KCSE, which she flopped, getting E's in almost all the papers.
What exam was this? Did you investigate after the matter came up?
She was found with certificates of a dead Rose Atieno. What kind of investigation was I supposed to do? She was well aware of her poor performance. How comes she was having certificates with good grades?
She was duped in believing that the exam she sat for in Jabez Rollo's office was going to change her grades. It was the bridge for her bad grades.
How stupid can someone be?
No, do not insult my clients, Inspector. Isn't it possible that my client trusted so much in American Dreams Agency, in their honesty, and they're supposed to be forthright in their business conduct? I mean, she even gave them 250,000 shillings for their services.
So?
So, she assumed that because of the amount of money she paid, it ought to have been legitimate.
Big money makes deals legitimate.
Don't ask me questions, Inspector.
Inspector Kibera, please tell us the core business of American Dreams Agency.
It's a company that supposedly helps individuals get American visa.
Ah, that's the name, American Dream. If I understand it correctly, a client walks in, inquiring about the visa application. He or she is given the relevant details and asked to come with specific papers which the embassy might require. The papers might include educational certificates, property details, and so on. Isn't that correct?
Yes, but...
The client is then given some forms which he or she fills and signs, and then the papers are attached to the forms and submitted to the agency. Isn't that how it works?
I think so.
So, I am correct in saying that Jabez Rollo, all he does is collect these papers and these forms from the client. So if anyone should be in trial, it should be the client. Isn't that correct?
I don't know. All I know is that Jabez Rollo were found with fake certificates in his office.
Which were brought in by the client. Nothing further, my lord.
Miss Jackie Belzo, please tell the court your job title at the American Embassy and what it entails.
I am a consular officer. My job entails receiving visa applications, assessing them, calling up interviews with the applicants, and confirming or determining who gets the visa and who's denied.
What is involved in the assessment of the documents submitted?
I, confirm all the details with the relevant institutions supplied or the people referred to determine it's valid.
For instance, you can get the details of any bank statement by getting the bank to confirm.
Yes. Using bank statement as an example, I call and fax to the relevant bank when they revert back, confirming in writing.
Do you do the same for educational certificates?
It is to the discretion of the consular officer. We may do so if we see the need to. We confirm. And yes, we do confirm most of them, if not all information is submitted.
What did you do in the case of Rose Atieno?
Her application was perfect. In fact, it was too good to be true. I took it up and decided to follow it up with the college, where she had supplied a diploma in management. The college advised us that they didn't know of a student by the name of Rose Atieno. It was fake.
So what did you do next?
I contacted the police that instant. The police came and collected the certificate for investigations. They then confirmed that the KCPE and the KCSE belonged to a certain dead Rose Atieno. The police then asked me to call her for an interview as a decoy. I did so, and that's the arrest at the embassy.
Thank you, Ms. Belzo. That's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Miss Jackie Belzo, how often do you get applications that have false documents, certificates, doctored details?
From experience, it's 1 out of 10.
And what do you do when you find your applications with false information?
The visa is automatically denied.
At what point do you involve the police in the 1 out of 10 cases?
Hardly, as I said, the visa is denied.
The visa is automatically denied.
Correct.
Right. Then what makes Rose Atieno's case so special that you had to involve the police?
We, the American embassy, involved the police. We put the police on the loop of the forgery, as this is an increasing type of case and crime which we discourage.
So you used my client as an example?
Yes.
Were you aware that she used the American Dream Agency to process her application?
Yes.
Because all she did was put a signature on a document and the rest was dealt with by the American Dream Agency. Now, is it possible that the documents she presented to you was not the same as what she submitted to the agency?
It is the responsibility of the applicant to ensure that the information she puts down is correct and factual. In this case, Rose Atieno should have confirmed and double-checked that the information presented to the agent is the fact.
Even if she had an agent?
Even if she uses an agent. In fact, most of the cases that we're finding out are those who use agency. And in this case, we see that Rose Atieno presented forged documents to the agent.
Thank you.
Cross-examine the witness?
Nothing, my lord. My learned friend already did the work for me.
Oh, very well. Miss Bezoy, you could step down, please.
As I was saying earlier, and Paul, please, no interruptions. We should start from the time Jabali was born. The fact is that you abandoned both mother and child.
Understandably. But remember that when Jabali was born, Paul here was still a student, and there's no way he could make a responsible father.
Elsie was also a student. She did not stop her responsibility as a mother. The least he could have done is acknowledge the fact that he had a child with her. He chose to ignore that important fact.
He was young and obviously naive, and he was not even financially stable to take care of a child. But right now he is.
He has been out of college for a long time and has been working for just as long. Where has he been? Why now? Look, the fact is, he's been working and earning good money as a manager for the last 6 years, yet he's not turned up to claim his hand.
Come on. 6 years of not giving Elsie money for Jabali's upkeep does not negate the fact that I am Jabali's father.
We do not dispute that fact.
And that is why we say he has equal parental rights as your client here.
There's a question of his desertion?
Which any judge or magistrate would automatically point out. And award Elsie the custody of Jabali because she is the only parent that Jabali knows.
The fact remains that Paul is Jabali's biological father, and he should be part and parcel of his life. We are asking for 50-50.
This is a waste of time.
Well, 50-50 is unacceptable. The least we can consider is visitation rights for, let's say, once a week.
Once a week? Come on.
Well, we'll include...
He wants to steal my son for his barren bit of a wife. Oh, he didn't tell you.
Actually, I'm very aware.
You're aware of nothing. Nothing.
Please, Elsie.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mwako. The only reason that this useless example of a man is here is because his wife can't bear him children. Do you think he would be here if he could have kids with her?
Elsie.
Everything is off.
Elsie, we're here to discuss...
No visitation, no phone calls, nothing.
He is my son.
Yeah, tell that to the judge. We're going to court.
That's all right with me.
Mr. Elijah Pokomo, have you ever enlisted the services of American Dreams Agency?
Yes, last year.
Why did you feel the use or the need to use an agency as opposed to making the application by yourself?
I tried to, but now I can let a story mob about the website, browsing, computers. You know me, hizo ni vitu zenye sijui kutumia. So I just decided to find someone at least, and is at least specialized kwa your field.
Did you provide the necessary and the correct documents needed by the agency for the process of the application?
Yes, everything. Kila kitu as they had requested me to.
You paid 100,000 shillings as a fee for the services?
Yes, I did.
And what happened to your application?
Niligongwa. I was conned.
Please elaborate.
I received a letter from the American embassy.
Yes.
Wanasema ati it was stating that nilikuwa nimepatiana false information about bank statement. Yeah.
Was the bank statement you gave Jabez Wallo true?
Everything. Kila kitu nilimpatia, it was true. And that's why the next day nilikuwa kwa ofisi ya Jabez. Because I wanted him to explain to me meaning ya hiyo story sijui ya false bank statement.
So what explanation did he give you?
Jabez atananiambia ati the information nilimpatia ndio the same information alipatia watu wa embassy. You see? But it was a lie, of course, because vile nilimwambia nilimshow a copy of the statement which ilikuwa kwa ofisi yao. He told me that he didn't keep a copy. So that's when nikajua hapo nishagongwa. So immediately I started to demand for my money. Nikamwambia nipatie do yangu. Because in the first place, if ange try kuskama watu wa hiyo US embassy, probably I would have gotten the visa. But instead ya kunipatia do, alinitia ma security men, and I was kicked out of the building by 4 security men.
So what did you do next?
I decided to go to the police. Now Jabez, lazima unilipe do zangu. And not only my money, lazima pia unilipe pia kunikatia kwenda majuu.
Is that the man you met at the
That is the man. Si huyu hapa Jabez. Do zangu lazima unipatie jo mzee. Lazima unipatie do zangu.
Mr. Pokomo, you will not, and I repeat, you will not threaten the accused in court. You are liable if anything happens to him.
These are your own. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Just that Kasoni, 100,000 do mob sana.
Yes, it is. And that is why we are here, to determine the truth.
That's all, my lord.
Na wewe, si unaharibu uso wako? Saa zote tuna kioo. Wacha breathe kidogo.
Ambrose, mambo ya rembo ni wachie mimi.
I'll be damned if she thinks I'll let this go without a fight. Tell her I have not yet begun. This is not the Paul O she used to know.
Paul, let's go before you do something you're going to regret. Please, let's go.
Tell her that.
Let's go.
Ukistaajabu Musa, utaona Firauni.
Oh, what just happened?
Mimi nakwambia ni kubaya. Unajua ni baba Jabali? Ni kubaya.
Then something went terribly wrong. I'd better check on Elsie, see if she's okay. Elsie? What do you want? What happened?
Okay. I'm okay. It's hard, Liz. It's getting too hard.
You cannot say that. You're the strongest woman I know. And a damn good mother at that. You can't let this bring you down. You have to be strong for Jabali.
Elsie, achana hii maneno. That man is the father. Wacha kusaidia kulea mtoto.
Lakini nahitaji usaidizi. Please, achana na mimi.
Nakupa advice kama mwanamume na kama baba. Let Paul see his son. Jabali ni damu yake.
Ambrose, shut up.
Why should I shut up?
Shut up! Just shut up, Ambrose! You have no idea what you're talking about.
Eti nini?
Unajua uchungu wa mwana? Huh? The only thing you're good at is making a wife pregnant every year.
Eti nini? You think I'm stupid? I know what I'm doing. Next year atazaa tena. Mtoke niende wapi? Wapi? Mtoke niende wapi?
Just leave me alone! Leave me alone!
This is a law firm, for Christ's sake. All of you, get back to work. Look, I know it's difficult for you, but you have to stay together. Why don't you go home early today and cool off?
Now, Mr. Pokomo, I'm made to understand that you are acquainted with my client, Rose Atieno.
Yes, we are.
That you are the one who referred her to the American Dream Agency.
Yes, I did. In a neighbor of mine. So, when I told her that nimepata mtu wa kuprocess hizo applications, she also told me that anataka nimpeleke. Nikampeleka.
Since Jabez Rollo here doctored your bank statement, isn't it also very likely that he gave her forged papers?
Objection.
That is all, my lord.
Elijah Pokomo, you claim that Jabez Rollo doctored your bank statement before submitting it to the embassy.
Yes, he did.
Can you prove it?
What?
Can you prove without a doubt that he doctored your bank statement before submitting it to the embassy?
I gave him the actual statement. But now our to embassy wanna claim they were given the fake ones. Isn't that obvious?
What is obvious here is that you applied for a visa and you were denied. You are bitter and you want your revenge, even if it means lying to this court or framing an innocent man.
What is this? Nilikuja hapa kutestify for the prosecutions. I didn't come here uniulize maswali hazina palizi.
You gave Jabez Rollo a doctored bank statement, and when it did not work, you're turning your back against him.
Objection. Is my witness the accused here?
My lord, I'd like to establish why Elijah Pokomo is testifying against my client. It's obvious that he's vengeful because he spent 100,000 shillings on a visa application that did not come through.
You are deviating from the facts of the case and building up another.
I will allow that line of questioning.
Thank you, my lord. Can you prove it? Can you prove without a doubt that Jabez Rollo doctored your bank statement? My lord, please note that this witness is hostile and please direct him to answer the question.
Mr. Pokomo? Mr. Pokomo? You will answer the question. What? Clicking in my courtroom, disrespecting me, disrespecting these proceedings? How dare you? How dare you mock this court?
My lord, please, if I may.
You may not.
My lord, he's agitated. He's bitter because of the 100,000 shillings he lost. He did not mean to disrespect you. Please, Elijah, can you apologize to the court and answer the question?
I find you in contempt of court and hereby sentence you to...
My lord, please, Elijah, please apologize to the judge or you'll face some jail time. My lord, a moment, please.
What for?
I'm sorry. Easy.
belated. I hereby sentence you to 6.
My lord, please hear his apology before you render your judgment.
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm so sorry. Just that no matter what was in you know, you do see you have been do. I'm so sorry. Problem, Lisa. So sorry.
Your apology is not accepted. I find you in contempt of this court and order that you will clean the toilets in this courtroom for the next 3 days, starting today. Now, may you answer the question that counsel asked.
Can you prove it?
No, can't.
Is that all?
That is all, my lord.
Very well. Court orderly, following my order.
Rose Atieno, what do you do for a living?
I'm a businesswoman. I own houses in Kibera for rent. I also sell viondos on wholesale.
And why were you interested to travel to the United States of America?
My friend from high school is there, and she says business is booming. She says Americans love African stuff. She sells beaded necklaces, bangles. She's making very good money.
So you are planning on working with her in the sale of viondos?
Yes, I intended to go and see how I could conduct the business there.
Then why did you opt to use the services of American Dreams Agency in your application?
I'm not conversant with technology, so I couldn't use the website. I also don't have much time on my hands. When I met Jabez Rollo, he told me that his agency was a sure way of getting a visa because he has someone on the inside who ensures that all the applications go through.
Tell us about the forged certificates that were submitted under your name.
I had never seen them before in my life. When I went to Jabez, I gave him the certificates I got in school, which were not very good, as we all know. He told me I'd need to do an English exam to bridge my bad grades. He coached me for 2 weeks, and thereafter I sat for the exam.
What exam was that?
It was called the KCSE bridging exam. I had never heard of it before.
But there's no such thing as a KCSE bridging exam.
Well, that's what the paper said. After the exam, he told me I'd passed very well. I got a B+. He then gave me some papers to sign and asked me to go home and wait for a phone call or a letter from the embassy confirming my appointment date.
So you got the communication, but you were later on arrested, which was a ploy.
Yes, it was. When I went there, I was taken to a room with many policemen. Next thing, we went to Gigiri police station, where they interrogated me for hours. I told them about the agency.
What about the certificates?
I had never seen them before in my life. The police were showing them to me for the first time. I gave Jabez the certificates I got in high school that had many E's. These other ones they showed me, I don't know whose they are.
Right. Are these the certificates that you gave to Jabez Rollo?
Yes, these are the ones, yes.
My lord, I'd like to present this as exhibit. These are the certificates that Rose Atieno had in her possession.
Well, we don't need them, as these are genuine, but it is noted that she had her original one.
Thank you, that's all.
This is the application form all applicants fill in at the American Dreams Agency. Please read item number 11. I'd like you to read item number 11. Rose Atieno. It's only a sentence. Please read it out loud.
Rose Atieno, please stop wasting the court's time and read the item.
I'd like you to read item number 11.
Rose Atieno, I will say this for the last time. Now, read item number 11 at once.
I can't.
What did you say? Speak up.
I can't.
You cannot read a simple sentence.
Yes, I can't read. I've never been able to.
You are saying you cannot read.
Yes, I cannot read. I am dyslexic.
You're dyslexic?
Yes, I'm sorry. I should have told you earlier.
How did you fill in the form then?
I didn't. Jabez filled everything. I just signed.
Hello? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry I forgot to call you. I got so swamped with work. You've signed the contract already. But we were supposed to discuss it further. Of course it is important to me. You are important to me. Honey, I'm sorry. Honey, please.
Please tell this court the process of applying for a visa through your agency.
We ask the client the specific visa they are applying for. We then advise on the details and documents required for it. After assessing the documents, we advise them on their chances of securing the visa. After they are fully aware of the possible outcome, we then fill the form together and we submit the relevant items.
The items being?
Academic certificates, passports, letters of invitation, so on and so on.
Do you assist them get the documents?
No, we don't. Never.
The police found forged primary and secondary school certificates in your office. How do they come to be in your possession?
From the clients, of course. I don't know some of the applicants. My assistant deals with some of them.
Thank you.
You claim that the forged certificates belong to your clients.
It's not a claim, it's a fact.
It is a fact. Then why is it that when the police tried to match the names in the certificate with the names in your client's database, nothing matched?
I only key in the names of the applicants that are finished with the application process. In some cases, there are applicants who begin the process and stop midway. I realize it's a waste of time and energy to key them in and then delete them.
If you only input the names of those who have completed the entire process, then why is it that the names of Rose Atieno and Elijah Pocomo were also not found in the database?
Really? My assistant must have forgotten about that.
Or maybe you never input anything since you provided fake documents just to clear your trail in case something bad happens.
We are ISO certified.
Nothing further. Jebes Rollo has been making a killing from selling forged certificates, bank statements. Who knows what else he manufactures in his office. He's been making a killing, duping people that he is an agent of the visa processing and has an inside person at the embassy. He's been getting many clients, thus the 14 fake certificates found in his office. Using his non-existent clients as a shield in his defense is an insult. They worked hand in hand in collaboration with Rose Atieno, who is an academic failure and wanted papers to show that she is an intelligent woman. Since she was discovered, she said she doesn't know what was submitted to the embassy. Even if I can't read, I'll be sure to get someone to check what has been submitted in my name, especially if I am paying them 250,000 shillings up front. It is common sense, which we all possess, despite our grades at school. Rose Atieno is a successful businesswoman. Thus, she is intelligent enough. She knows exactly what she was getting herself into. The two are guilty as charged.
My lord, Rose Atieno has lots of common sense, I agree. But she can't just read. We all witnessed that she was incapable of reading a simple sentence saying, I hereby declare that the information is the truth, to the best of my knowledge. Now, my client took up the services of Jabez Rollo to be her agent because she was incapable of reading. Now, Jabez Rollo took advantage of her and submitted false information to the embassy and distanced himself when he was found out. The only thing that my client is guilty of is the inability of reading, my lord.
My lord, Jabez Rollo is a businessman. He provides a service for profit. He owns a company, the American Dream Agency, to assist people who have aspirations of going to America or any other country to apply for their visas. And he charges a good 250,000 shillings for this service. In his line of work, people submit documents, papers, and he only has to believe them. He has no choice. Rose Atieno walked into his office seeking assistance and provided her papers. It so happens that there are others also who provided forged documents. But, my lord, shall we convict him of handling papers that are not his? Shall we convict businessmen because of the simple act of handling a paper from someone who comes to look for employment, who wants a certain kind of service and comes with forged documents? Shall we convict them because of a mistake that is not his? There is freedom in this country, freedom to do business. He is a genuine businessman and he is innocent.
This court will reconvene on Friday at 12 p.m. for ruling. We are hereby adjourned.
Why didn't you tell me you're dyslexic?
I'm really sorry about that.
You know it's going to work against you. I mean, next time if there's something you have to tell me, just tell me. Okay?
Come in.
Before you go for me, Mr. Mwako, I'd like to apologize for going behind your back and taking a case that you had actually declined.
I'm listening.
Mr. Mwako, Rosa Tino is a wife to a distant cousin of mine, and when they realized that they didn't have enough money for a proper legal representation, he called me and he begged me to take the case. And I was obliged to say yes.
And you took it for free?
Yes, I did a pro bono.
Do you know why I turned her down?
She couldn't make legal fee.
The firm is going through a financial crunch. The days of taking pro bono cases and minimal fee cases are gone. We need to pay rent. We need to pay salaries if we are to stay afloat.
I understand, Mr. Mwako. I understand.
I'm disappointed in you, Joe.
I know that. I'm very apologetic about this, and this will not happen again. To compensate for the man hours I put into that case, I will put in an extra 2 hours every day. And by the way, I have a new client, a corporate client. Green and Fresh Foods.
Green and Fresh Food?
Yeah. I'm still in the middle of drafting the contract.
Next time you go behind my back, I'll fire you, Joe.
Forgery is a serious crime and should be handled with the seriousness it deserves. Ignorance is not a defense, and it never has been. One is supposed to be fully aware of the consequences of their actions. When in doubt, a responsible citizen will inquire. In the matter of Republic versus Rose Atieno and Jabez Rollo, I find both the accused guilty as charged. Jabez Rollo, I sentence you to 3 years in jail. Rose Atieno, your ignorance caused by your dyslexia has made me a little compassionate to your case. Therefore, I sentence you to 8 months community service. We are hereby adjourned.
All rise.
Thank you so much.
It's okay, congratulations.
Thank you. Can I buy you lunch sometime?
Yes, why not?
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
Just a bit lucky this time.